What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, Dermy Wormy, and yesterday something magical happened. Something truly magical happened to the magical kingdom of Disney, and I know I have this pulled up, but it marks a change in the tide. Marks a change coming to all things Disney, and a very terrifying change, because Ron DeSantis, well, you got this, he was threatening it because of Bob Chapek and the whole parental rights and education bill, which is what it should be called, which it is actually named, which is don't talk about sexuality and stuff like that to minors, kids K through I think third. You know, don't talk about that stuff. Simple enough. Whether you're straight or gay. You know, you had that whole debacle, you know, the whole we're not going to get involved to we're going to get involved and try to stop legislation in a state that we're not really a part of, and we all live in California, but we're going to try to stop state level legislation because of a small minority in actual Disney. Well, because of that, Ron DeSantis came out and said, hey, you guys got this special self-governance deal because you're fighting back at me, because you're coming back at me. It's bye-bye. And that's exactly what happened today. And we're going to take a listen to this. I might have to boost the audio a little bit. No, that's the wrong thing. Give me a moment. Make sure it's all good. But listen to this.
Today, the corporate kingdom finally comes to an end. There's a new sheriff in town, and accountability will be the order of the day.
Yep. Finally done. It's finally come to an end. The self-governance that Disney has so lavishly had over at Florida for so very long. And what did that mean? Well, what did that give them? That gave them basically no taxes. They could do whatever they want. They had their own police. They didn't have to spend any money, and they could do whatever they want. They could build a nuclear reactor if they wanted to. Because they decided to play stupid games, they won a stupid prize. No more self-governance, and it puts them on equal footing with Universal, puts them on equal footing with SeaWorld, puts them on equal footing with Legoland. And I'm pretty sure there's other parks over in Florida that I'm just not naming right now. Busch Gardens, one of them that comes to mind. I'm positive that there's tons of other ones. But this puts them on equal footing. That equal footing isn't going to be fun. Disney World? Yeah, Disney World in Florida is their largest park, I believe. I think maybe China's might be a little bit bigger. I don't know. Disney takes all their money through the parks. That's where they get all their money. They don't get it at the box office. They don't get it at merchandising or anything like that. It's always the parks. Parks are the most important thing for Disney. Their biggest park, their most profitable park, now has to pay the same amount of taxes as everybody else. Well, not the same amount of taxes. They're probably still going to have a decent deal. You do get these development deals all in the works and stuff like that. So they might have a small cutback, but it's going to be more equal to Universal, like I said. And I love how Ron DeSantis puts this. I signed legislation to end Disney's self-government status, place the area in the state I cannot say it. Reserveship. In state reserve. I don't know. And appointed 5 members to a state control board. Disney no longer has its own government, will live under the same laws as everyone else, and pay its debts and fair share of taxes. So, what does that mean? When he says he appointed 5 members to a state control board, that's basic government in America. You have in this area, in your county, you still have government within your county. You have your state, you have your city, county, regional area, depending on certain stuff, and then your state. You got a county now. You got to have county board. You got to have government in your county, don't you? Not really, but It is what it is. So now they're under law. They're no longer in charge of themselves. And yeah, you got CNN over here saying DeSantis signs a bill that gives him more control of Disney's special district. No, what he did was put them on equal footing, made them equal to everybody else because they decided to play a stupid game and they won a stupid prize. And when you take a look over at Disney stock, this is just yearly. Yeah, if I go for today, not that bad. I go 5 days, not that great. I go a month, not that great. Granted, when I go 6 months, decent. But for a year, this is year to date, not half bad. When I go 1 year, this is just 1 year. All their money mainly comes through the parks. Because when you go to their first quarterly earnings, they specifically point out, yeah, all of our money basically comes to the parks. We're hemorrhaging people at the theaters. We're hemorrhaging people on Disney Plus. We're hemorrhaging people everywhere else. All of our money comes through the parks. Uh-oh. Your parks are now on equal footing and you actually have to pay taxes. You actually have to pay to get these things approved. You're actually going to have to manage these things and make sure they're all up to date. Pay for all this stuff that you haven't paid for 50 years. And why is that? Because of vocal minority, a bunch of weirdos in California mainly. Not very many in Florida, to be perfectly honest. I think there was 1 or 2 in Florida, maybe 5 in Florida that actually cared. Mainly everybody in California decided to scream and holler because they were scared of a bill that gave parents rights, that ultimately said, hey, don't talk about weird, creepy stuff with kids. And you went from Bob Chapek, who was, this is his breaking point. This is when I fully accepted that Bob Chapek was pathetic. But he went from, we're not going to get involved. We're not going to get involved. Then Bob Iger. Hi, Bob. Hi, current CEO, Bob. Bob Iger came out and said, no, that's a bad move, you know. He made a statement himself. So I don't like, when people say it's all Chapek, it was Iger who also made a statement. And because Iger was basically still in charge, let's be fully real here. Iger never lost the reins. Chapek never got a chance to do what Chapek wanted to do. Iger has always been in charge. That's why a lot of what Chapek set in motion isn't really going away. Anyways, though, but because Iger comes out and makes a statement saying, I wouldn't have done that. I would have stood up for these people. I would have pushed back against the bill. You get this vocal minority of people screeching and hollering. You get the board screeching and hollering. And then they ultimately bend Chapek over, have their way with him. And then he does a freaking hostage video where he's like, I'm sorry I did this. We're going to use all of our might and power to vote these people out and try to overturn this bill and fight this bill in another state that we don't live in and don't really interact in, but we have a giant park over there. Yeah, he did that. Oh, then it came out that Disney, because this is how business works, and you know, you lobby people and you do give money to politicians that you may or may not want to, you know, earn some favors with. Disney did also pay for some of the politicians that signed said bill. So the activists got madder at them. Funny how that stuff works. Funny how activists don't really know how basic business and politics and all this stuff works, but hey, why use your brain, huh? Anyways, because of all that, Disney's been put in a shit situation. Again, movies haven't been making that much money. They're actually hemorrhaging money. They're spending more money on movies and shows than they're making back. You got merchandise sales down. Merchandise isn't doing well. Streaming, hemorrhaging viewers, hemorrhaging people, hemorrhaging everything. Yeah, they're going to try to gloss these up and make them sound like they're not that bad, but in reality, they are shite. Only thing that pulls in money, NFL doesn't pull in money. ESPN doesn't pull in money. ABC doesn't pull in money. Is it ABC? Yeah, ABC doesn't pull in money. All these things aren't pulling in money. That Fox deal is still biting them in the butt. None of their shows make money. Star Wars, MCU, not making money. What makes money? The parks. The parks are the only thing that make money. What's their biggest park? Disney World. What's always packed despite the fact that it's a pain in the butt to go to Disney World? Disney World. Always packed. Always, always packed. Now, livelihood around there is kind of from what I've seen and gathered. Universal was always more exciting and everything like that. But you make your money at the parks. That's where they're getting the funding for all this stuff. Now, there's parks all around the world. They get all sorts of money from these parks, but they also have to pay a certain bit of revenue because of the taxes and stuff. Their biggest park is still in Florida, and now it's set on equal footing. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. And I'm all here for this. Now, this doesn't go fully into effect, I believe, until July. I need to double check that. But until then, once that happens, it's game on. And I'm all ready for this roller coaster of fun. Well, let me get you guys' thoughts down in the comments below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Guys, I've been saying this all day, and I'm going to say this for a while. I don't like begging for subscribers. I really don't. I find it cringe and stupid. But I'm going to start doing it for a little while just because I'm so close. I am 220 subscribers away from 1,000. That's a lot of people. Okay, I understand. Some of you are already subscribed, can't really resub. It happens. Some of you guys I know who watch my videos aren't subbed. Please, if you have that little bit of time, just take that 5 seconds, not really 5 seconds, that quarter of a second. Press that little red button and then hit that notification bell right next to it and hit all. And I'll be very appreciative. I love everybody that takes the time to watch one of my videos, and I love all of you that take the time to interact with it. Always a pleasure in my day. And with that being said, guys, bye for now.